Welcome back to the Essentially You podcast. I am your host, Dr. Marisa Snyder, and I'm here to help you rock your hormones and feel great in your body so that you can reclaim more energy, vitality, and joy and become the CEO of your health. Let's jump on in. First and foremost, I just want to say Happy New Year, Happy 2023, and may this year bring you so much joy and abundance and energy so that you can do all the things that you want to do and more. Now, if you're like me, this first week of the month or the first part of the year always feels a little bit crazy. I feel like I'm recovering from the holidays. And although the holidays were blissful and amazing, they were busy, the tasks were endless. If you are a mom or a woman, I just feel like you know what's up, right? And I always find that the first week of January is a hot mess. Now, I get that that's a mindset and I can absolutely shift that mindset, but I'm recalibrating, right? You're recalibrating from, the last month and a half. You're getting your house back in order. You're putting the decorations away. You're kind of just trying to find your rhythm, maybe potentially starting resolutions or getting clear on your intentions. By the way, I have an incredible episode tomorrow on self-reflection questions to really ask yourself regarding 2022, to create some closure, to create some clarity, and to then really create some vision for 2023. So be sure to listen to tomorrow's episode. It'll be one of the only 2 episodes that we have this week because, again, I am still calibrating. But I have a feeling that in that calibration, you're still working through the holiday stress and exhaustion and trying to just find your footing. And so what I wanted to share is really what we can do to set ourselves up for success moving forward. So before I jump into the 5 quick ways to overcome holiday exhaustion, I just want to ask you a quick question. How do you want to feel at the start of 2023, meaning this month in 2023? So just take a moment right now and imagine how you would love to feel. Is it more energized, more relaxed, more well-rested, happy, joyful, grateful? Whatever it is, just take a moment and think about it. Or when you get a second later on today, write it down. Get a piece of paper or a journal and just get clarity on what you would love more of. How would you love to feel at the start of 2023? And I feel like so much of our life is connected to how we feel and our emotions. And so when we can get super clear on not only how we want to feel, but then also what we want it to look like, we can start actually creating a plan to get there. And I think the act of writing it down makes it so potent. I don't know about you, but I am a big proponent of writing down intentions, goals, visions, how I want to feel, gratitude. I write gratitude down every single day. And man, it is like the North Star guiding me in the direction that I want to go so that I'm not subjected to just chaos. I actually have a direction that I'm trying to go. Now, a great thing about these rituals that I'm going to be sharing with you today is that they are surprisingly easy to do. I don't know if you've noticed this already, but I am really about rituals that are easy, but that are worthwhile, that are going to make a big difference over time. And what I love about every single one of the rituals I'm going to be sharing with you today to overcome any level of exhaustion, whether it's holiday exhaustion or just the exhaustion of life and the endless to-do list, is that in 14 to 15 days, you could literally transform how you feel. It's kind of like when we're consistent, especially with these types of rituals, man, we can feel so different on the other side. And I say even 2 weeks, when you're consistent with 1 or 2 of these, you will start to notice a shift. So now that you are clear on how you want to feel and you are excited to boost your energy like yesterday, let's get started with the first of the 5 quick ways to overcome holiday exhaustion. Number 1, probably one of my absolute favorite things. I know it can be a little bit challenging during the wintertime, but within the first 30 minutes upon waking up, before you get into the typical routine of making coffee, making breakfast, all the things, brushing your teeth, getting in a shower, working out, I highly recommend stepping outside to boost your mood and energy with some sunlight. Now, if you want to take it further, I highly recommend a 2 to 5 minute either deep belly breath routine or a yoga routine, or maybe even a little walk. This morning, we have a little grocery store called Just Peachy just down the street from our house. And I was running to get a couple groceries, some berries and some fresh herbs that Alex needed to make some really yummy salmon cakes for dinner. This really healthy paleo salmon cake recipe. So I got up within the first 30 minutes. I was out the door, running over to Just Peachy. Then I forgot we also needed coffee. So I went back out, and I'll tell you what, I felt so good. Not only did I clock like 1,000 steps out the gate, which makes me so excited. I'm always on a mission to hit a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. So anytime I can get like 5,000 steps before noon, I am all about it. And I'm actually clocking 5,500 already. It is 12:10 right now when I'm recording this. So I am winning. I'm super winning. But one of my favorite ways to kick off my steps, to kick off my mood, to kick off my energy is to get outside. Now, I don't live in a really cold place, so it's a little bit easier for me to do. But even just stepping outside into your backyard for a second, even if it's 30 seconds, I think is super worthwhile. Not only does it support your circadian rhythms and your cortisol awakening response, but it also boosts your mitochondria and up-levels your metabolism. This is one of my absolute favorite rituals because it has such a big bang for so little effort. And in as little as 14 days, you will feel more energized in the morning that will catapult you through the rest of the day. All right, number 2. I joke a lot about this, but I always say that the biggest and most adult drink out there is water. And I've got a big Stanley cup of water sitting right next to me with some lemon and lime, my favorite thing to be drinking throughout the day. I just lost one of my Stanley cups at a Target. We were picking up a little sweatshirt for Kingston. And Alex is always like, why do you take your Stanley cup everywhere you go? And I'm like, what if I get thirsty? Even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know if you're like that, but I want my water bottle with me 24/7. It's by my bed at night, is with me all the time. We actually have like 4 of them because I'm constantly washing them and rotating them. But I am not going to change me taking my Stanley cup everywhere I go. That's not going to happen. If I happen to lose one every now and again, then that is just the way it is. So dehydration is a major culprit to low energy. In fact, chronic dehydration can be a contributing factor to many illnesses, such as migraines, headaches, digestive problems, and joint pain. So what I recommend, as I've been recommending over this last year, it's probably one of my biggest new habits, is chugging 16 ounces of water or more in the morning, first thing, to set your metabolism up and to set your digestive system up. But anytime also when you are feeling sluggish and fatigued. So if ever I'm feeling a little off, I'm feeling burned out, I'm feeling like, man, I need a cookie or I need a piece of chocolate, I will drink about 8 to 16 ounces of water first, see how I feel after that, and then do something else. And I'll tell you what, 9 out of 10 times I drink those 2 cups of water at 16 ounces of water, and I am back in the game. One, I'm full. I often find that when we're hungry, we're really thirsty. And so my first thing that I always do is drink the big glass of water, then check in again. And almost every time I was thirsty. That's what it was. I was feeling dehydrated. And we know that when we're drinking water throughout the day consistently, not only are we continuing to support our body, hydrate our body, support our digestive system, but also we burn calories because of it. So if you're looking for a fancy, yummy water, especially for this time of the year, I don't know how many of you are going dry this January. I've made a commitment. I rarely drink these days. It's super, super rare. But in 2023, I plan on, it may be a handful, like 5 times max, because it just doesn't serve me. I just check in with my body and I ask my body, is this going to serve you? My body's like, no. So I'm definitely dry all January long. I think I had 1 drink the entire holiday season, which was a part of my health goals for the holidays. But water has been my go-to. So this is a water that I make all the time. It's my detoxifying liver water infusion. And basically you just take a 2-quart glass pitcher, fill it up with filtered water. And then I cut up a bunch of Meyer lemons. I love Meyer lemons, but it can be any lemon, and a lime. And then I get about 10 to 12 mint leaves. I put it all in the 2-quart pitcher and then infuse it for about 30 minutes or so. But you can infuse it 3 to 5 hours, whatever works for you. And it is a great way to support your gut and liver in the morning. I also love to drink it cold because, one, I just love cold water. I love cold drinks. But you also burn an extra 50 to 100 calories a day by drinking cold water. So just something to think about. That is a really fun. The other thing that I love to do as well to get more water is I love making iced teas. And so I have a bunch of tea in my house, hibiscus tea, mint tea that I make iced teas with. Kingston loves iced tea as well. Obviously, it's all decaf and it's just really fun for us to have. So I'll make iced tea, put lemons in them, a little bit of mint in there. And then I love sparkling Pellegrino as well. And I use glass Pellegrino because I know that cans, I know this is unpopular information, but cans do have aluminum. There's more potential for aluminum intake. And so when it comes to Kingston and I, we just drink out of glass Pellegrino bottles. We buy the big case from Costco a couple times a month and we are good to go. So I feel good about Kingston drinking a little bit of sparkling water as long as it's glass Pellegrino water. Otherwise, he is a water and tea drinker and that is it. All right, number 3, increasing your magnesium take. Now, it's no surprise that we are nutrient deficient when it comes to this important mineral. Actually, over 85% of us are deficient in magnesium specifically. In a study done at the Department of Agricultural Human Nutrition Research Center, women with magnesium deficiencies had higher heart rates and required more oxygen to do physical tasks than they did after the magnesium levels were restored. In essence, our body has to work really, really hard or harder, which over time can leave us feeling depleted and drained. So my recommendation, again, the daily recommendation is 300 milligrams for women, 400 milligrams for men. But again, if most of us are deficient, we just need more. I find that sometimes, especially around my period, I step it up to 1 full gram. But on average, I take about 400 to 600 milligrams per night before going to bed. Men, 400 to 700 milligrams every single day. And this is really to ensure that you're getting enough magnesium. So that's my recommendation. I love my Magnesium Restore supplement. It's one of my top 5 supplements. I don't know if it's my number 1 supplement, but it's definitely number 1 or 2. And that's because people see such a massive shift in literally 7 days. But one of the caveats I just want to mention is that even the normal recommended dosage, the 310 for women, just may not be enough. For me, I rarely take just 300 milligrams. I usually step it up to like 450. I usually take 3 of my Magnesium Restores, sometimes 4 a night. And I find that when I take the 4, maybe 5, 6, I'm not a big fan of taking 6 supplements all in one moment, although I take a ton of supplements. But I usually take 4 Magnesium Restores at night and I just get such better, deeper, restful sleep. And what I love about the magnesium biglycinate is that it's the most absorbable and it's the most used form inside of the body. So if you're looking for a magnesium supplement where the juice is worth the squeeze, my Magnesium Restore is going to deliver every single time. Okay, let's talk about number 4. This is one of my favorites, and it is do something that makes you feel good. This is one of my biggest mantras is I choose to feel good now. Another one of my affirmations that I love is nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong, right? So often it's our thoughts, right? It's our thoughts that make everything wrong. It's our thoughts that bring in the resentment. It's our thoughts that bring in the complaining. It's our thoughts that bring in the, I can't believe they just did this, or I can't believe I'm having to wait on this, or whatever it may be. And so 2 affirmations that I'm loving is I choose to feel good now. Like I choose to release the outcome and feel good. And then the other one, which I think is super potent, is nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong right now. Like if I'm creating something that's wrong, that's me. That's on me. That's on my thoughts. But a really great reminder for me is nothing is wrong. So what can we do to feel good? One that always works for me is playing one of my favorite songs 2 to 3 times a day. I'll tell you what, I love music so much. We are a music household in this house. We are playing music 24/7 pretty much. And I have a chime that goes off on my phone. I know some people use that chime to walk, to move. I do that too. Some people use it for breath work or for meditation. I use it to dance. And what I love is that when I put on Alicia Keys or I put on some Stevie Wonder or some Aretha Franklin, obviously you can tell that I'm into soul music. Man, I just get transported to another place. One of my other favorite artists is Leon Bridges. And if you want to take it a step further, again, adding movement like dancing or walking or singing, this instantly activates your feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which will give you a serious boost of energy. Plus, anytime we move our body, we're going to feel that heat. We're going to feel that energy rising. And then number 5, probably one of the, I think, a great intention for 2023 and always is protecting our energy and time starting today. So if you're like me, it's so easy to keep adding things to your plate because let's be honest, you are a machine. Let's just call it out. You can get it done. But that doesn't mean it should be only you doing it. I cannot tell you how often I fall back into the pattern of doing everything until I melt into a puddle. Honestly, I'm getting better and better. Every single year, I get better at not becoming a hot mess puddle. So things I recommend is saying no to new projects that you're not excited about or do not want to do, right? What? I mean, I get that there's some things that we just got to do, right? We got to accept that. But if it's something that people are bringing to you that you're just like, nah, then just don't, right? Say no to other people's priorities. And that means inbox, DMs, wherever they're at, right? Other people are always going to have stuff for you to do. You don't have to say yes to it. Give yourself extra grace, even more than you think you need. Delegate. Oh, I love me some delegation. I love to delegate. I've gotten way, way good at delegation. And I also have gotten really good at saying no. And then last is set clear off times and be unapologetic about it, right? Be clear on your offline time. Be clear on when you're not in your inbox. Be clear on, hey, I'm not answering messages right now. And be unapologetic. Like you get to have boundaries that protect you, not only your emotional well-being, but your mental resilience. It's so, so important. So there you have it. 5 simple yet powerful energy boosting rituals and tools. And what I want to do is I want to invite you to choose 1 or 2 energy boosting hacks and try implementing them. It could be this week. Like I said, this week is a bit of a hot mess. I say you give yourself all the grace in the world this week. So maybe on the 9th of January, you give yourself an opportunity to start integrating these in. But absolutely, some of these, if they're feeling super, super good to you and they feel really yummy and easy to implement, and you feel like, you know what, I think this is going to make a really big difference for me because I've been thinking about this one. I've been thinking about adding water to my morning routine. I've been thinking about walking outside for 30 seconds just to give myself a little pause moment and to get some fresh air. Like, be about it. I've been thinking about dancing, having some dance parties at my house. Girl, do it, right? Give yourself permission to focus on you and just check in on how you want to feel in the next 15 days. Implement the habits that feel like they're going to get you there the fastest, right? Like what feels like it's going to really nourish you, and then start doing them. And I'll tell you what, when we compound consistency, it's like you are on fire, right? So with that, I hope that you are having a very happy new year this first week into January 2023. And if you love these tips, be sure to subscribe for more easy tips to heal your hormones and to upgrade your health. Until the next episode, which I highly recommend checking out, have a wonderful day.